What's up, my friends? Welcome to my YouTube channel, Learn with Peng. As I mentioned in my previous video, Learn with Peng is going to be a channel about finance, health, and technology. Here it is, the first finance video of Learn with Peng. And today I want to talk about what makes real estate a good investment. Disclosure, this is not an investment advice. I'm just sharing my own experience, and I encourage everyone to take charge of their finance and be smarter than your advisors. First, let me tell you something about myself. My name is James. What makes me qualified to talk about investing in real estate? Well, I'm a real estate agent since 2015. Started to be licensed in California, and now I'm licensed here in Texas. That does not make me qualified to talk about investing in real estate, because a lot of agents actually don't have an experience owning and investing in real estate. There's just an abundance of agents out there because there's not enough barriers on entry. So be careful who you listen to. So I own a few single family home rentals here in Texas. I've been reading about real estate since 2004, since I was in high school. That's when I read the book that started the spark for myself and for many investors out there. Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. You probably heard of it. I spent a lot of money in real estate seminars. Back in the day, I was a seminar junkie. I even spent $30,000 seminars. This was before you can pretty much learn everything you need to know on YouTube. Now I'm not going to do that. There's great books out there that are super cheap, like $10 or $20, like Books in Bigger Pockets, or like YouTube podcast videos for free. Information is pretty much out there everywhere right now in real estate. So what makes real estate a good investment? First, you have to know what a good investment is. Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, defined asset as something that puts money in your pocket. He defined liability as something that takes money out of your pocket. So to me, for real estate to be a good investment, it has to be an asset. And how do you know this? Through math. You need to learn how to calculate your ROI, or your return on investment. If you have a positive ROI, then it's an asset, and depends on the rate of your return, you can quantify how good the investment is. ROI is calculated by dividing the net return, or your net profit, with the cost of investment, or initial cost. So in this example, if you made $10 out of your initial capital of $100, then you have a 10% ROI, or return on investment. So the first thing that makes real estate a good investment is it has to make sense in math. It needs to be an asset or have a positive ROI. The second thing that makes real estate a good investment is you as an investor. Robert Kiyosaki, he mentioned in one of his books. He has a lot of books. It went something like this. I don't know which book in particular, but it went something like this. He got asked is real estate a good investment? And he replied, I don't know. Are you a good investor? So, as we learned earlier, that a real estate can either be an asset or a liability. You can lose money on it or make money on it, basically. It's your role as the investor to make sure that if you're buying real estate, that you're buying an asset, something that will put money in your pocket, and something that you can turn into an asset. As an investor, you also have to be level-headed. Another guy I listen to, if you don't know him, this is Jim Rogers. He said something like, buy on a panic and sell on hysteria. I've been trying to apply this for the last 2 years. There's really no reason for me to watch the mainstream news other than this. Whatever the news is repeating over and over, and the main agenda, that's where the panic or hysteria usually is. You kind of need to sometimes read between the lines. If you hear everywhere, stay away from commercial real estate, it's on turmoil right now. then maybe there's an opportunity there. As everyone is fleeing from it, everyone is panicking. So maybe it's you as an investor. It's an opportunity to buy. Warren Buffett said this also in a terms of when everyone is afraid, fearful, be greedy, and when everyone's greedy, be fearful. But then you have to do your due diligence and maintain a level head as you try to differentiate between facts from hysteria and from a panic. As a good investor, I say you have to watch your bias as well in your own BS, and the bias of people you listen to. Gold dealers, for example, they're always talking about how it's the best time to buy gold. Like every time it's the best time to buy gold. Like there's never a time it's not good to buy gold. And crypto bulls, for example, I'm not going to mention any names, but you see them a lot in YouTube. Buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. It's the best asset class in the world. It's never going to go wrong. Something like that, because we have hyperinflation. We'll have hyperinflation someday. Realtors are notorious on this. They're always like, when you ask them, is it a good time to buy right now? They're like, yes. Is it a good time to sell right now? Yes. So it's always a good time to buy and sell. And obviously, they're just cheerleading to make a profit transaction, because it can't be good to buy and good to sell at the same time in a same area. So you have to know the difference between nominal returns and real returns as an investor. Nominal means by name. So in our example, our nominal return would be 3% calculated annually. But if you have a 3% annual inflation year over year, then 3% minus 3% equals 0%. So your real return is actually 0%. In other words, real return is your nominal return adjusted for inflation. If you hear real rates or nominal rates in financial news, same concept, adjusted for inflation. Sometimes real returns can also mean adjusted for taxes and inflation, depending on how it's used. Let's recap this whole thing. Two things that makes real estate a good investment. Number one is the math behind it, and number two is you as an investor. If you like what you're learning so far, hit the subscribe button and also like the like button to help me with that algorithm. And if you click that bell notification button, you can keep getting notified, so you can stay on top of these videos that I'm making, because I promise these videos, I'll do my best to make these videos that will benefit people. Okay. So I decided to make this a 2-part video with the amount of stuff that I'm going to say on the next one. I'm basically going to differentiate between other asset classes like gold, silver, and stocks, and what sets real estate apart from them. Both good and bad, because I wanna paint a fair picture and challenge our biases here in this channel. And I don't want to be all real estate is all sunshine and rainbows. So stay tuned for the next video. I'll see you.